Kaizer Motaung has some interesting things to say about probably, forming up a Kaizer Chiefs ladies team, which a lot of people are looking forward to. Well, he has commented on the issue of women's football and has got a lot to say concerning that. So, because it's me, you always know I'm going to give you more about that, provided that you're interested. So, are you interested? Then please stick around. To those that will stick around, guys, if you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, good people, it is free of charge. Without wasting much of your time, good people who Kaizer Motaung, who have recently received a social science doctorate at the University of Cape Town, after the triumphant of Banyana having came back to this country, he was interviewed by the SABC Sport and has got some quite interesting things to say, which I believe you will really want to hear. He's got this to say, right? He says it means a lot because now if we can be able to compete against England, USA, Finland, whatever, it means our game in the country will also have to take off. So that will introduce ladies professional football in the country in a proper way. Apart from the fact that CAF has put a stipulation that if you have to be he says that apart from the fact that CAF has put a stipulation that you have to have a ladies team, it means is the possibility of every team playing football in the country to have a women's section, equally and developing the likes of boys section. We are looking into that, forming a women's team. Timelines we are not sure about, but obviously we have prioritize what we have to do first in terms of putting a team together with this one and that one, and also put plans together in terms of how do we get into that space of women's football. So others are saying, hey, it's long overdue, but I would also like to put you into this or into remembrance that, good people, do you know how much it costs to run a football club in the PSL? Guys, it's not easy to run a football club in the PSL. I'll take for instance, if you are Kaizer Chiefs, you will probably find that Kaizer Chiefs spend in a month more than 15 million that goes into paying the staff and the players alone. So you cannot look at Mamelodi Sundowns and say they have a ladies team, so Kaizer Chiefs must have a ladies team. The financial muscles, guys, are not the same. It is very difficult. Though the CAF have made it mandatory for every club that will compete in the CAF to have the ladies team, but guys, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult because some clubs, they don't have enough sponsors right now. So take for instance, how many sponsors does Golden Arrows have? How many sponsors does Marino Gallants have? How many sponsors does Chippa United have? How many sponsors? Man, I can name all these clubs. And they are sponsoring the men's side. The question is, how many sponsors are willing to sponsor the women's side? It's a question. So it means that if Kaizer Chiefs, for instance, look, they make 100 million rand, I'm making an example, in a month, yet they spend probably 15 million just in players. So they need to now pay, maybe say players and the staff. Now they need to pay the top dogs, the management, the top management, the board, and then they need to cover the expense to run Kaizer Chiefs. It comes with expenses. You know what I'm saying, traveling expenses, organizing matches as well, because it comes with expenses. So then the club, as a business, it must have leftovers, not even leftovers, because you pay the business itself. So the business must have its own money that is banked somewhere else. So you find that in 100 million rand, you find that the business will probably be left with 30 million rand that stays there. That 30 million rand is the same amount if the business is struggling, maybe there's a case that 30 million rand have to cover those things? There's a lot. If ever there's an unexpected turn-off event, that 30 million rand must cover that. I'm making an example with this 30 million rand. Good people, when you look at what it takes to run a club from a financial perspective, you will learn that it's easier said than done. Certain clubs right now, they cannot maintain the men's side. They're struggling. So now there's a law that forces them into this, creating the ladies team. You can create the ladies team, but can you maintain them? Can you sustain them financially? How many people are willing to invest in that? Those are some of the questions that I thought it would be interesting. It would be interesting for people to think of. Number 2, which I believe is the last point. If there is a men's team playing, not even Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Orlando Pirates. Let's say there is a game, Chippa United versus Marumo Gallants, that is playing at let's say it's 3 o'clock p.m. Then there's a ladies team, Mamelodi Sundowns ladies team, playing with another team. Which game will have more spectators between the ladies team and the men's team? Guys, it's natural instinct. So we need to look into that and look at, if you have to dive into that space, there's a lot that goes into that, because that's why because it's called developing football, developing that thing, and it's at the beginning phase of that. But if you're Mamelodi Sundowns with a lot of money you are willing to spend, then it's easier for you. So I feel for certain teams, maybe Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs will be able to attract sponsors in terms of that. But can these other teams do the same? Will they be able? I feel for them. If they can't attract sponsors for the men's side, would it be easier for them to attract sponsors for the female side? Hey, it's a question that you guys can get into the comment section below. Answer all these questions and let the conversation, guys, begin right now, right here.